Hello Christmas crafters, welcome to Created Home with G and Created Home with Elf Creations. Today is my Christmas in July craft. I'm going to be creating some popcorn and berry ornaments for my Victorian themed Christmas tree this year. I got these Snowflake ornament wire forms from Amazon, so I'll leave them linked below. It's not an affiliate link, so I don't earn any money from it, but I just want you to be able to get them. I also got the berries from Amazon. I got my new wire cutters from Hobbycraft, and I've got the wire that I'm going to be using for the Candycane from Hobbycraft. So I will leave the Hobbycraft linked below as well. You will need this. I'm not sure if they're not bull nose. I'm not quite sure of what this particular pliers are called, but you'll need some of those for the end and the bottom, and you're going to need something that will pierce the berries, and obviously you'll need popcorn. Okay, so I'm going to do the snowflake one with you first, and I am going to be making multiples of the snowflake, but I'll only do one on camera with you, and then I'll move on to the snowflake. Okay, like I said, you are going to need some berries. These berries I've got do have stems attached, so I'm simply going to cut them off, which is why you need the wire cutters. Let me just gauge how many I need. Okay crafters, I have about 24 to 26. Now because they have a wire partially going through them, I like to just bypass that wire, and with the first few that you're going to put in, you're going to go straight through and you're going to wire those on. Please be careful with your fingers with the pokey tool, because you may go through and hit your finger, so please take care. You can always put it on your craft desk and poke through, but I find it better to do it this way. But please do whatever is safest for you. I don't want people hurting themselves. Now, if you're lucky enough to find fake popcorn, then that may be a good route to go down, because the problem with the real popcorn is that it does have a tendency to break. So I tend to try and find popcorn that that is kind of thick. I'm going to bring a bowl over, crafter, so I can pour this popcorn out. Or should I say a tray. Okay, so what I've done is I've got 3 that go directly snug in, and then the next 3 snug into that. And then the next thing to do is to find some popcorn. Now this piece I would use because it's quite thick, and I'll be able to go in through the thick part, and that will give it more stability. Whereas if I was to go with this piece, for example, see how thin that is? If I was to go in through there, I've only got a very, very thin piece, and it's liable to break very easily, as you can see. So just take care and figure out which is best for you. And like I say, if you're lucky enough to be able to get hold of faux popcorn, I couldn't find anything like that here in the UK. I am going to spray these with some clear varnish that I get from Poundland. So that's obviously another option that you can go down, another road you can go down just to secure it. Now, depending on what size of popcorn kernels you use will depend on how many berries and popcorn ratio you get. You see, on the one I did here, I got the base one, kernel, berry, kernel, berry, kernel, and then to the top. But those ones are quite big, so I think I'm going to use this particular one here as my hook for the for my string, hanging it on the tree. So I am going to bend this wire on itself, being careful not to damage your popcorn. Okay, and that'll be the piece that I use to hang it up on the tree. So I'm going to thread on my popcorn, and then I'll come back when we get to the finishing touches. Now with the one that goes on the top, I'm only going to go in part way through. I'm not going out the other end, and then I'm going to put some Arlen's tacky glue on the tip of my wire. I think my glue is okay. Okay, so I've got some glue on the tip, and then I'm going to put my berry on, and that will act as the stopper. Now I'm not using hot glue because I don't want that hot glue residue to show through, but if you feel you need to use glue, if that's your preference, then please do so. I'm just going to repeat that all the way around until you end up with something like this. And then what I did in the middle is where they all join, I then glued another berry on both sides, so you don't see the middle. So it's just very repetitive, but I think the end look is very nice. And you see, there you go, that's where I'll hook it from. These have got 3, that one has 2. So let me move on to the candy cane, because these are very simple crafts, but I don't want to keep you forever. In regards to the candy cane, I'm going to be using that wire. The first thing that I need to do is I need to bend the wire on itself to give myself a nice finished curled look. So you get that. And then I need to bring up, I need to gauge how much I want. So I'm going to gauge how much I want and curve it, I say, not curl it, curve it. Okay, and then we'll cut off the excess when we get to it. But again, it's just about threading on your faux berries and your popcorn. So berry, popcorn, kernel. They are called kernels, aren't they, crafters? Please let me know below if they're not called kernels. Or is it just the seeds are called kernels when they're not actually popcorn? I don't know. Let me know, crafters. I'm sure one of you or a few of you will know. Sometimes these faux berries do split, so just put the ones that split aside. I mean, you can still use them, but I don't want the polystyrene that's on the inside to show through. And if, like me, crafters, after you've made a couple and you get a few bits of popcorn that do break, you could either use wet glue or you could use hot glue just to glue them back together. And I would also suggest you don't buy the sweet or the toffee popcorn. The popcorn, oops, that one just disintegrated. The popcorn I bought was salted. I wouldn't recommend you use anything with a kind of syrup on it, especially if you're in one of the states or somewhere overseas where it's really warm during the festive season, or even for storage. I really wouldn't recommend that. So I've got the salted. Okay, last berry, and then I will trim down my wire. Trim down my wire, and I will then do my twist and turn to give it that finished look. Now you can add some ribbon to this if you wanted to, but I'm going to hang mine on my tree using the branches. But really simple, and I think they are really quite effective. And for my theme, I think they're going to work fantastically well. Thank you very much for joining me this week, crafters. There will be another video out on Thursday, and that's a video in the 24 weeks till Christmas collab that Donna Jackson from Crafts and More with Donna Jackson set up. So with myself, every Thursday, Donna Jackson and Angie from AB Designs will be uploading a Christmas craft video right the way through from now till Christmas. So I'm going to be taking part every now and then. So thank you very much for joining me, and you'll see me again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.